Hey, it's Rob with InyoPools.com. Today we're going to show you how to maintain your pool on a weekly basis. So if you like the video, give it a like, subscribe, and most importantly, if you have any questions about pools or spas, visit us over at InyoPools.com. Let's get started. Okay, the first thing I usually do is I come out and I drop my pool cleaner in the pool to clean out all the debris. And I do this, for a couple reasons. You want to obviously vacuum the bottom, but two, if you're going to have to add chemicals, you don't want to shock the pool and leave your cleaner in there because it's going to deteriorate the parts quicker on the cleaner. So go ahead and vacuum the pool first. All right, the next thing you want to check is your water level. And typically you want your water level to be halfway up your skimmer opening. So that's good to go. If it's too high, you can drain some water out. If it's too low, go ahead and add some water. All right, next you want to check out your skimmer basket. So you remove the lid, check out the basket. Got a good amount of stuff in here. You want to empty out the basket and put it back. The reason why is because if this filled up too much, you're going to impede the water flow into your pump. So you want to make sure these baskets are empty. Also, it's a good time to check out your Weir door. Make sure that's going up and down. If it was stuck up, it could prevent water from flowing in here. So it's a good idea to check your Weir door. Some baskets will have a floating weir, so just make sure that's going up and down properly. So we'll go ahead and empty this out. All right, the next thing you would do is visually inspect your equipment. If the pump's on, just look for any drips, specifically around the pump. Make sure there's no puddles of water underneath or no water flowing out of your filter. Another thing to check while the pump's running is the pressure on your filter, because this will tell you if you need to clean the filter. So usually if you clean a filter and you put it back, let's say it's clean, you put it back and it says 10 psi. Once that raises another 10 psi, so it goes to 20 psi, that's when you know it's time to clean it. So we'll show you how to clean a cartridge filter, but we have other videos on how to clean sand and DE. You can check those out. All right, another thing you want to check is your pump. And you want to make sure that there's water all the way to the top of your pump lid. If it's not, it means it's not fully primed and you've got some other issues. So just make sure that's full of water. Again, if it's not, we'll link to some information down below on how to troubleshoot that. All right, so I want to go ahead and clean out my pump basket and my filter. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the pump for now. All right, I'm going to bleed the air out. It's going to release the pressure and just makes it easier to remove the pump lid and the filter lid. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and remove my pump lid here. And actually, pretty clean. So we can go ahead and empty that out, hose it off. All right, next I'm going to open up my filter. Take out the cartridge. And as you can see, it was time to clean this bad boy. And as you clean the cartridge, it's a good time to inspect it. Look at the bands. If any of the bands are broken, probably time to replace the cartridge. Or if it's real soft and you press on the top, time to replace it. If you're not sure which one you need, usually there's a part number on the cartridge that you can look at. Or you can visit us over at InyoPools.com. We can match it up for you. All right, so I got my pump lid back in place. I put the cartridge back in there, put the lid back on. We're going to leave the air relief open because we're going to bleed the air out. Sometimes to help it prime, what you would do before you turn the pump on is get a bucket of water or a garden hose and fill up the strainer with water and let it run. It'll help fill up the pipes, then put your lid on, and that'll help it just prime quicker. Go ahead and get this going. And so that it may take a little bit for that to fill up with water. And then as soon as water starts spraying out of my air relief up here, I'll close it. hear it starting to bleed out. Okay, now that the pool's pretty clean, now I'm going to go ahead and test the chemical levels. I'm using a Taylor test kit. This is my preferred kit. You can also use test strips, which get you in the ballpark, get you close. And I won't cover every single chemical to test here, but you know, the main things you're looking for are the free chlorine level, the pH, alkalinity, calcium, stabilizer. And again, as I've mentioned before, we can link to a bunch of other content regarding chemicals, testing, and adjusting. So we'll just see how we're doing here with chlorine and pH. All right, so chlorine's about 2 parts per million, which is good. You want to be in, you know, that 2 to 4 range. pH is a little on the high side. It's at 7-8. So I'll probably put in a couple cups of acid. And again, you know, once I start adjusting chemicals, that's when I pull my cleaner out. So I'll do that next. All right, so I've got a robotic cleaner. This is how we're going to pull this one out, but there's other types of cleaners. Maybe it plugs into a dedicated vac line, or you get a pressure cleaner. Either way, it's always a good idea to pull those out if you're going to be shocking the pool or adding a bunch of chemicals. Just helps, you know, the cleaners last longer. I've actually had this one, you know, for a good 5 years now. So what I do is I just put it in once a week. When I take it out, I hose it off with some fresh water. Okay, so I've added a couple cups of acid to this bucket of water. Again, we've got content on how to add all these different chemicals. You don't want to mix chemicals together, so you want to add them one at a time. Just pour it in along the perimeter of the pool. Once you add it, then I get my pool brush and pole, and I brush the pool walls. And I just go around the entire perimeter of the pool. You can brush the walls, you can brush the steps, the bottom. And then if you've got leaves and debris on top of the pool, you can attach your skimmer net and go ahead and skim the surface. All right, and that's my weekly pool maintenance routine. It only takes me 15 to 20 minutes. Shouldn't take you very long weekly if you're staying on top of things. Some people may do it in a slightly different order, but whatever works for you. If you have any questions on pool maintenance or anything pool or spa related, visit us over at inyopools.com. Thanks for watching.